Hi folks, it's been a while since I did a video. I'm out on the road with Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds and it's incredible. We're in Glasgow tonight. Have a look at this place. We just got a few VIP guests in and so on. But yeah, it's never lost on me what a lucky boy I am. I'm so privileged to get paid for doing this and having so much fun. But it's been a while since I talked about my equipment, so I just thought I'd give you a quick recap. Yes, I am still using my trusty Valeton. There it is. I'm going to set it up for Act 1, actually. There we go. And yeah, it's behaving absolutely fantastically. It's not put a foot wrong, solid as a rock. I can't say anything more about it. As you know, I love this thing. I don't get paid by Valeton or anybody else. Yes, I've got a couple of affiliate links for Amazon, but no one's ever bought from it, so I don't earn anything. I use it, I like it, I trust it, it sounds great, and that's it. And I think, you know, for the price, nothing can beat it, and this is proof of the pudding. I'm going to be playing to, I don't know how many people tonight, maybe 15, 16,000 people, and I'll be using the Valeton. I'll just show you a little bit more of my rig. So next to the Valeton, I have this thing with the arrow here. This turns the page on the music pad here. Now, although I don't actually read music, don't tell Jeff, I use it because there's some really complicated bars. I look a bit ill, by the way. It's the weird purple lighting on here that's casting a weird shadow. There's some weird counts in the War of the Worlds, like it goes from 2/4 to 3/4 to 4/4, and the clicks and the counts are really, really weird. So what we can do is we have a bar counter here, and I can cross-reference that against the music pad here, and using that pedal, I can just knock on to the next page, and that's great. Now, let me show you, I have got a tuning pedal here for my Acoustasonic. Let's go over here. This is a beautiful new Jazzmaster style. I got it from Fender Mod Shop, so it's custom. You can't tell in this light, but it's bright green paisley to suit the madness of this show. But it's absolutely brilliant. I love it. And that goes into this tuner here. Now you're probably thinking, well, why don't you just press and hold the tuner pedal there? Well, the answer is that I can very quickly mute my Acoustasonic guitar. The Acoustasonics, by the way, are just utterly brilliant because I'm switching very quickly between a really nice plugged-in acoustic sound. I don't think you can get anything better than that, really. And then flip immediately to an electric guitar sound. And indeed, on the Valeton, I have got, you probably can't tell on the, there you can see dirty C. So it drops the tuning down to a dirty C, and it's a real metal baritone sound. I really chug away on that one. And then next bar, I flip to a beautiful sounding acoustic guitar. It's so fantastic. But this acts as a kill switch, so I can immediately get rid of that. That's great. Now next to it, we have another tuner, which is attached to my very, very lovely, I'm going to have to maneuver a little bit, my very, very lovely Guild 8-string, look at those saddles there, 8-string baritone acoustic guitar. So it gives a lot lower tuning. I actually tune this to C, and for those that know the show, I use that in Forever Autumn and Forever Autumn Reprise. It's got a beautiful rich sound, and Jeff fell in love with it when he heard it, so it's all over that. And that, it goes into the Boss tuner, so I can use that as a kill switch as well. And they're labeled because obviously during the passion of the show, I've got to know which one's which. I know now, but I labeled them to help to begin with. You'll notice here, there's just a very basic power supply. It's not an expensive one. You can spend 200, 250 quid on a power supply, and if you've got the money, why not? But I choose to just get a cheap and cheerful thing. Maybe I'm just a bit of a skinflint, but why spend loads of money? So I wish I could play some of these sounds for you, but we use our radio packs with in-ear monitors. So this is essentially a silent stage. Over here we have Beat the Drum Tech, just setting out the drums for Aki Yates, who's an absolutely brilliant drummer. So that's probably the noisiest thing on the stage. And also to my left over here, you'll see Luke there, that's our music pad guru. Hi, Luke. And he looks after the orchestra as well, all their notepads, and they sit over there. It's really lovely for me to stand right next to a symphonic orchestra strings and hear them thunder into the eve of the war. Again, for those of you that know the album, classic string intro, and it's a great pleasure for me to be so close to them. So because of that, the front of house is off at the moment, so even if I play something, you won't hear it because there's no sort of FR cabinet or anything like that on stage. I'm just using the in-ears. Now, I also want to talk about that because I've got some very expensive molded, you know, where you get the ear impressions done and they just fit to the shape of your ear canal. And I've got some made by a company called ACS, and I have to say, they're a pile of shit, and I really can't stand them at all. They sound flat as a witch's tit and totally and utterly uninspiring. I did a bit of research and I found on Amazon, I'm going to get close in on this one, these puppies here. I'll put a link to them, but they were like 22, 23 pounds. And they sound amazing. And then they've got some that cost about 45 pounds, which are these puppies here. I got them with nice silver earpieces, so I can tell the difference, as opposed to these jet black ones. So these silver ones cost about 45 pounds, made by the same company, and they sound absolutely amazing. They've got more low end than the cheaper ones. The cheaper ones sound great, don't get me wrong. Like if you're just wanting some great ones to listen, I don't know, to your iPod, it's not a thing anymore, is it? But for just general listening, they sound great. But if you get like the 45 quidders, they sound amazing. I promise you, I could mix an album on those, and I'm using them in preference to the very expensive ACS. So I will put a link to them. Again, not because I'm interested in earning 50p if you buy some. It's more just to give you a link so that you can find out where to get them, because they're utterly brilliant. I don't think there's really anything more to talk about, other than perhaps the thing that you might have seen here is called a launch pad, and I can switch between different scenes here. I'm basically firing off samples and arpeggios during the show, and I've set them up for different songs. I won't go into that because most of you will be here for all the guitar stuff, which is the really interesting stuff. So anyway, I hope that was useful to you. So just to prove that I'm using the Valeton, tours do not get much bigger than the War of the Worlds, let me tell you. We have huge numbers on this. We're just only doing arenas. We have something like 15 trucks to carry the equipment around, 8 tour buses. There's about 150 people on tour. By any metric, this is an enormous tour, and I use a cheap and cheerful Valeton, and I love it. Till the next time, see you soon.